Hey Adam, what's going on? Arman from ArevMedia. I'm the CEO, and I wanted to personally do a review of your meta advertising campaigns, tell you what I would do better to get you guys better outcomes, right? So when I go into your ads manager or your ads library, I can see a bunch of the ads, and I really I want to commend you guys because you guys have picked a niche and a very profitable niche, and you're running ads towards that, right? Straight off the get, I really like that. I really like that you guys are also going on the education path, right? With these articles about, hey, is it okay to do surgery? Should you just freeze the nerves? Should you just like, what happens, et cetera, et cetera. So I like that approach, right? And I wonder just how well this approach is converting. So like a question I have for you guys, and any marketing manager or CMO would have for you guys is, okay, so let's just say you have all these ads, right? These are all about asbestos, asbestos. Um, it's all about asbestos. Yeah. So all of these ads are about asbestos, right? So then my question is, okay, out of these ads, how many leads are you getting? Right? How many leads are you getting? How many of the leads are you converting? How long does it take to convert? Right? Um, if we were talking about the different ways to target these people, I would say this is a little bit of a roundabout way. It is we're talking. So I really like that you guys are educating, like, hey, what happens if you have this thing that is caused by asbestos, right? But I would like more of a direct approach. More of a direct approach. Hey, if you have any sort of lung, I don't want to say the words, but like if you have any lung issues, or if you had any other, if you had this thing, like, talk to us because we could get you paid and we could have a big settlement for you, right? Have you been diagnosed with this? Have you been diagnosed with this due to asbestos, right? We can help you. We specialize in this. I've heard that it's 1 to 20 million in per settlement. You guys are the experts. That's what I've heard, right? So I think this is an interesting approach. I think this is an interesting approach, but a direct approach would be very interesting as well. Like, hey, have you been injured for this and this? Time to get paid, right? Now, uh, a percentage of those people maybe not qualified, but we will make sure that we filter those people. Hey, like, so when did the exposure begin? Was it at work? What happened? This, that, the other, right? Like, we need to ask the qualified questions later to make sure that these are good leads. But I think by just like having a big ass ad saying, have you diagnosed with lung, issues and or this other thing, um, go ahead and fill our information. One of our experts will get back to you, right? That is super direct. And I think if we are super direct, we will get better outcomes. That's my biggest thing, okay, that I wanted to share. And then everything and anything going around that. Okay, so you guys have creatives, you guys have your one of your lawyers talking about like that there is trust funds set up, right? Um, there is all these, podcasts and articles, right? And that's good, but I really like this one, right? You also see that these are getting low impression counts. Not to distract myself, but this means that they're not getting enough reach, right? So maybe this is like too niche. However, yeah, I would do the approach that I'm saying. And then the second thing is based on that approach, well, we need creatives. We need big ass creatives to say, hey, if you've been injured, if you have this or this issue from asbestos and you're seeking treatment and you want to get compensated, reach out to us. Big ass text on the ads, right? Um, You can have your lawyer, you can have this lady here, right? Trusted by clients, trusted by other lawyers, 25 years experience, 1 billion recovered. 1 billion recovered is wonderful. It's something I would really use on this, right? So this seems like it's a form, meta form, right? Let me show you guys. So if we click here, okay. What can I help you with? Okay, okay. I really like this angle and approach. Really like this. Very smart. The one thing the one issue I have is somehow qualify them further, because they can just select this and not read this really and like proceed. So like, how did you get it? How do you suspect you got it? I mean, you guys probably have a better question. I'm more on the general personal injury, but I'm willing to learn this deeper as you guys explain this to me, right? But if this is a, you know, I'm sure you guys have more qualifying questions than this. And if you just allow kind of everybody, which is also what's happening in the articles, right? You guys are saying, hey, if you have this thing, come, but I want to just filter people out ahead of time and say, have, you have, hey, if you have this, click here, get compensation, and this is more about, hey, well, find out what happens to these type of people, and then, by the way, you can, right, reach out to us. So being more direct has a lot of benefits, and also we can filter people who are looking for compensation, people who have been injured and want to do something about it. Some of these people may not want to do something about it. I think that's the biggest thing I'm trying to explain as I talk about this. Like, if I have this, unfortunately, knock on wood, I have this, and I'm just curious about the medical, but I'm not interested in like actually doing something about it, or I already have a lawyer, then like, this is just, right, not the right advertising. I want somebody who has this issue, who's willing to speak to a lawyer. You know what I mean? So I think it's a massive opportunity of improvement here. So what would I do, right? What I would do is videos and images and creatives, um, targeting these type of people, right? We can have this angle. I really like the angle of the nurse. Hey, I'm able to help. Hey, if you've been diagnosed with this, and that, okay, and you need help paying the bills, I can see if I can get you qualified for, right? Really like this angle. If we can use it as, a nurse helping, we can use the angle of the lawyer as saying, hey, attention. But like, it's so important, the first 3 seconds of the videos, to say, if this is what happened to you, we can help you, right? So I think with doing that, there will be a massive, massive opportunity, seriously, Andy. Um, right, I keep reading. I had that pop-up come from this software, which I really like. Everything else looks good. What the biggest thing that I like to like say is, right, I can fill something out here, but I think the biggest thing, other than doing a lot of creatives with video and images that would improve your guys' outcome, is having like a set of pre-filtering questions to make sure this is absolutely the right lead for you. Let me give you a real example, right? Somebody in normal personal injury, if they say, yeah, I was not at fault, but then they say, yeah, I didn't go to the ER, I didn't visit the Cairo, the accident was like 2 years ago, you know, 3 years ago, that is not a good lead, right? I know for you guys have to have certain criteria for them to qualify for being damaged with asbestos, right? And it's not just have you been diagnosed with this and that. It's there's a couple more questions, right, to make sure that this is actually a good case, right? And if you can take those up front, you will save your team time. You will optimize for the advertising. That's the thing, right? I'll leave you with this. If I have a couple qualifying questions, I can immediately feed that data back into the meta advertising and optimize for more good cases, right? If I don't have that up front, then if it takes time through discovery, et cetera, it's not as helpful to the advertising, and not as effective, if that makes sense. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. I had a lot of fun doing this review for you guys, for you, Andy. If you have any questions, please let me know. And then if you believe there is an opportunity for us to work together, help you create these campaigns, create a better process. I mean, just I think one more case a month or one more case every 3 months. It's like funny because your settlements are big. It could pay for everything and then some more. So I think it's a very serious thing. I just want to say this last thing. I really like that you guys are pursuing this business negligence, this negligence that has happened, that's affected so many people and ended their lives or is ending their lives, prematurely. So I really appreciate you guys doing this for the world, and more of these evil companies need to be sued. So thank you. That's all. I'm here, available for if you guys need anything. Okay, just reply back. We'll be in touch. Have a good day.